something.
Well, that's...
Like you gotta, like if like Panic, you were listening to that. It
As a musician,
bad, right?
I am furious.
You know, yeah.
Also terrified.
As a musician.
Well, there's a giant after all.
Yeah.
Task.
It's just. I think
Which
it's just
way would
nice that they have a song in
which
their
way
heart.
were they? Which?
That's fair. Which way?
They are heading the opposite direction of you guys, so they're heading eastward.
Yay!
Get the sense maybe following their friends, maybe.
Oh,
They're in for a surprise.
Oh.
Yeah, whoops. I mean, it's been buried, so. As you guys poke your heads out of the hole, you do notice there's a distinct odor now in the air. It smells like just body odor. It is very strong, sweaty BO, like a locker room.
Lovely.
Yep.
Oh, smells like cheese. I wouldn't even.
Panic, can you do that thing that you do?
With the air?
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
It smells like dwarf boats.
No, only for like 10 feet.
Like a little bit. A little bit.
Oh.
Task, where are you at?
Tash just walks out, doesn't say anything.
You got big bags under your eyes, though.
Yeah.
How bloodshot are his eyes?
Enough that he's not going to talk.
Ooh, rough night.
Good
there.
morning. Ooh.
I think I'm
Tash
not- I think
just
I'm
like
gonna save
looks
my
at
morning ritual.
Digsby, leans at him. What's good about it?
Digby's just slowly blinking.
And walks away.
I imagine Task leaning forward just made the.
Yeah,
sound.
stone grinding as he looks.
Face zooms in. Eyes
It's like a fucking
bloodshot.
still. It's like a still from SpongeBob when it goes from animation to painted.
Yep. That's a good way of putting it.
I wonder if there's any way Borky could carry him.
Well,
Oh
Ta-
no,
Task.
Tash, don't touch me. Do not. Do not.
Task. No, but Task. But Task. Come on, stop. I just want you to do the. I want you to do the necklace flip. Stop slapping my hand.
I like to imagine he's doing that to himself as Tash is standing there, just looks to everyone else like, what the fuck? Looks at the compass.
It is currently pointing from where you are northward, but based off of where you guys camp for the night, that is still heading about northwest-ish a little bit. Angled a little bit more north now.
Okay, so I just point out to start heading northwest.
was that in the directions the giants were coming from?
Yep.
Hmm.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, here we go meeting giants again.
So the giants were that way, so we should definitely be careful. So, I'll say this here, guys. I think from here on out,
Borky looks down really dejected and sad.
I'm gonna have to deprive all of you of the morning ritual.
Oh.
Say it ain't so.
Hey, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, guys. I'm really sorry. I know.
There's
look forward
goddamn
to it every
fireworks
day.
going off in Crickle's head right now. And cheers and flags and fans being thrown around.
But I want you to know, to make up for the days I'm missing, I will do it twice when we get
I
back.
liked it. It helped make me up.
Hey, right. High five! High five!
Borky goes for a high five. What do I roll?
Which hand are you using?
Borky's using his
All
right
right,
hand.
that's my dominant hand.
You guys high five, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
And there's like a squirrel on the ground that's like, and then it goes back to what it's doing.
Task will hobble himself on top of Taurus like a mount.
Okay.
All right, well, it looks like Task is kind of out of commission for the day, so who wants to take point? Borky?
Should have spooned.
I would like you, because I have this nagging feeling that you was a lucky bird today. You caught them giants. I think you should be in the front. If anything bad runs at you, yell at me, and I will grab you and throw you like the lightning spear right at Panic.
Okay, Borky, I'll do half of that. How about that?
Panic goes a little bit pale.
What's the landscape looking like, Monty?
Looks like you got a hill with some kind of not like big giant rocks, but like New Zealand, like, you know, nice grassed over hills.
Yeah.
And as you were kind of doing your perception check, you did notice some forest in the distance. You actually found your way to a forest.
Are we heading into the forest to the north? Is it to the northeast or is it elsewhere?
Yeah, there's like a big, just giant
Okay.
forest now.
All right. As soon as we can get to that, I would like to get in my comfort zone.
Okay. You guys pack up your things. Don't really have to pack up very much. It was kind of a no fire, buddy sort of system. But you all poke out of your gopher hole and emerge, and lots of grass. Nice thing is, the giants have made a very nice, easy to walk path in their wake. Smelly, but once the air hits it, it's pretty much good to go. I will say, for those of you who would like to do a survival check to potentially find some rations, you can do so now.
buddy, let's go.
Here we go.
14.
20.
14? Okay, not bad.
22.
Ooh.
That's me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
22 is
5.
me.
Never mind.
You're so
Sorry.
do it, Gaijin. Sorry.
I'm sorry. I got scared.
I'm the best.
Oh,
Look at these
jeez, guys, he's
mushrooms.
really rolling.
Digsby and Borky and Task, actually, you managed to find a berry bush. Appears to be wild blackberries.
Ooh, I feed some of them to my little bat friend.
Oh.
The bat, just reaches out with his neck and just snap, eats it up, and
Here you go, Batsby.
scuffles back into your shell. It's very tiny.
Borky looks over.
So what's, have you named him yet?
His
The
name's
bat
Batsby.
friend?
It's short for Batspert.
I fucking knew it!
Blackberries,
Porky.
the most god tier of blackberries in this man's humble opinion.
Each of you, for those of you who found the blackberries, get one ration. It's small, but it's decent.
Nice.
Oh, I knew you were gonna say Batsby. I'm so happy.
So do you need to knock off a ration?
You did eat a ration, so.
Oh, so I'm still at 14 rations apparently. Jesus.
Yes, you guys basically got a free meal
Still
in
at
a way.
11.
You guys did.
The rest
That's
of y'all have to write off a ration. Sorry.
Oh, that's fine. We got
I
plenty.
got plenty.
Okay. As you guys press on forward, eventually you finally reach the more comfortable terrain that is the woods.
Yay!
It is not as dense as what you're used to, and there's a few animals, not a ton of animals you're noticing. You do notice, though, off to the distance, striding with these long legs, doesn't really take much notice to you, is this massive elk. It's huge, literally huge. It's about as tall as those giants that passed you by.
Oh.
And it's currently grazing kind of in the more clear areas of this forest, seemingly.
How long is it? How long?
Oh, God, geez, at least 10 to 12 feet long.
Okay, Borky.
Damn.
I know you have a history with these things, but
No, with what?
extra large animals. But we're a man down, and we should probably sneak around this.
Yeah, that's why Tash should have been in the spoon rather than
Well,
being
I would
a
actually
fork.
agree. I would actually agree with that statement. Panic. What are your thoughts?
I'm right here.
Do you actually yell like that? I
No.
would say, I got
Oh.
yes, it would have been more fun, but oh well.
That would have been fun.
More
No,
like a stick.
I'm sticking to not doing the fun stuff until I get better rolls.
Aw, I'm not that mean. Come on. Because if you were to do that, you just would have scared the elk away, but that's okay. The elk does perk up and the ears go up, and the antlers are just massive on this thing.
That's
Um,
right, dear.
Can I roll some kind of check to see what exactly this thing is?
You can roll knowledge, nature, knowledge, arcana of your choice if you'd like.
Ooh, I will roll the
Or
higher
knowledge,
of those.
religion too, if you want to.
Ooh.
You have three choices.
All right, I'll go with Arcana. Hee-haw!
That is
18.
When it raises its head and looks at you, something about this elk has something more to it. Not bad, not evil. You get the same sort of sensation as when you guys went to the Northlanders' longhouse, that altar, for Yiddia. Something about it feels druidic in nature. Not that it is a druid, but it is kind of maybe a magical creature of some sort.
Maybe
And
it was a dire elk.
this is a very, very big elk. And you do notice as you look closer, you do see vines and things growing in its
that's neat.
antlers. It does look like they're kind of wilting with it being fall, fall, winter. And as it kind of stares at you, it snorts and then gallops away. It kind of gallops, looking like directly northward from you.
Bye.
Well, guess that solves our problem.
Indeed.
Very strange.
Task's crappy in the morning. I think it's because I didn't do my thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
Barky, it's gonna be okay. Look, how about this? Task, real talk. How you feeling?
You really need to ask that.
All right, Gant. Question answered. Borky, can you take point? I want to go jump in trees.
You're sending us to our
Okay.
grave. You know this, right?
Okay, this way. Borky points forward.
Okay. You grab.
Oh, you try to take the compass away?
Oh no! You have the compass. No.
Woohoo!
We know better. We know better than to poke at the flaming firestorm.
Oh, Tarisk perks up, sees you kind of looking all sad, and actually takes front point. He actually goes right up front and like a hound dog, high stride, begins to move, tilting his head side to side.
May I make my nest in the trees, as it were?
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
Excellent. That's a 15. Oof.
It's a 15 stealth. Not dense forest. It's trees, which is nice, but it's not dense forest.
Right.
You also notice up there not a lot of birds. The elk was about the only standoutish thing. A couple squirrels, like chipmunks, but not as many as you've seen in like other woods of Alabas.
Right.
You do manage to kind of stealth, but hopping tree to tree, probably impossible. It's just too far apart from each other, so you're probably better off on the ground.
Sure, that's fine.
Yeah. You guys walk.
I always imagine when Greckles goes into stealth or jumps into the bushes and stuff, he like pretty much just bounces off like a diving board and does like just different like
triple
synchronized
axle
things as he lands.
7 out of 8 fucking Olympic swan dive shit.
As you guys walk, the forest is changing colors. Like it is autumn. You see those crisp reds and oranges. Another disadvantage to you, Greckles, is that a lot of the leaves are kind of gone.
Yeah, it's actually.
Yeah. As you guys travel, the morning passes. It's cold, kind of bitter. There's a few spurts of snow, kind of goes into rain and then back into sunlight. The forest gets thicker. The plants get a bit different, though. You see big leafed plants, like these giant fronds. There's more bushes and vines and things like that, a very old forest. And the terrain gets a little more difficult to walk over, a little bit hard to stumble. Eventually, Taurus just comes over to you and kind of like picks you up by your cape.
I thought I was mounting him.
He doesn't really know how to be ridden. It's a bit bumpy for you, but he grabs you.
Okay, you're kind of holding on by the neck.
Yeah, I guess that works.
Yeah, he's like grabbed you by like the scruff of your cape and is like gently tugging you as you're kind of dragging on the ground. He's determined. And as you continue to walk, eventually you reach nightfall. There's a smell to the air. It's not cold anymore, actually. It's actually humid and kind of like spring temperature at that point, once you kind of get more and more into these sort of bigger, more hardy trees. And then night descends on you. Would you guys like to make camp?
Sure thing.
Yes. At the same time, is there any sort of perception roll based on how weird things are getting with the temperature and the foliage?
Knowledge nature, maybe.
Okay.
It feels a bit more like home.
Ooh, that's a 9. I don't know.
Let me.
I go.
Let's give it a roll.
That is weird.
Fuck me. No, I ain't doing anything.
I got a 10.
Let's see.
16.
16?
Okay.
All right, here we go.
That's a natural. That's a 0.
Those are trees.
There's trees where you're from,
Yeah,
Digsby?
there's lots of them. They didn't look much like these ones, though.
What?
Panic.
How about that?
You've never seen plants like these before, but considering like looking at the forest and how thick it is, it's probably like in some sort of weird way, like self-insulated itself in a way.
So all like the wilted leaves and like the reds and yellows we're not seeing that here.
You kind of are. It's more of like a subdued purple, and there's a lot more. You really smell like compost in this forest. Like it's kind of like in that weird sort of state of like autumn decay. Maybe you're thinking. At the very least, there's a lot of like decomposing plant matter, and like the trees themselves are quite large, covered in very thick kind of dark green moss.
Can I do an Arcana check based on what I saw from the elk?
The elk? Sure, with
Yeah.
disadvantage.
Just to see if this is druidic in nature as well. That is a
Nat 20.
Yeah, it's disadvantage.
It was disadvantage, though. Sorry. You have no idea. It seems different. It does seem different. But, you know, in your experience with druidic magic, that shit's weird. Like, it's very off. And a lot of the uncontrolled druidic magic is very much, like, self-fulfilling in a way.
Yeah.
So, it's hard to say.
My last experience with druidic magic was something out of Bible Black.
What's Bible Black?
No, it's not in this universe.
That's the question.
I'll go ahead and roll a survival check. 17.
All right. Task, you managed to make a very nice campfire. You grab the wood and you set the stones around. It needs to be lit, though.
I'll step in.
Okay.
Google Bible Black when get back.
What's Google?
What's anything with these meta jokes?
Borky has a scrying orb. Siri, what is Bible Black?
The scrying orb has to be
No.
called Siri. It's obvious. Okay, this is
Yeah.
okay. We'll stop. Stop ruining the campaign. He says to himself.
Task, is it all set up?
Yeah.
All right. Insha zai katon no jutsu. Just a little
Nothing
fireball
happened.
pops out.
Nothing happens, actually.
What the? Oh.
You gotta, like, when you do your magic, you gotta, like, do the right hand symbols like this.
And Borky pretends to do the hand symbols. He's just like clapping and snapping his hands together. Kind of like
He's
doing
ham boning.
I'm ham boning right now.
Like that. Kata no Jatsu.
Well, I've done all I could.
This is kind of weird. Is it even cold?
No.
Maybe a fire wouldn't be a great idea.
Well, that's not
Well,
something
maybe,
you
like,
should
in
tell
case
me.
some more giants. Maybe some more giants will be walking along and be like, oh, you guys got a fire? That's
All
great,
right, well,
let's
I'm
hang
going
out."
to try the scientific way and rub two sticks together.
Okay. Roll an athletics check for that, I guess. Oh, no, that'd be survival. Sorry,
Yeah,
survival
but
check.
say, like, wait, athletics?
That's dumb. Sorry.
Oh, jeez. 22.
You have disadvantage on checks, though, because you're exhausted.
Is that? I thought that's ability score checks.
On ability checks. Disadvantage on ability checks. So, that's dexterity check. Yeah, sorry. I have to double check that. That's okay. You do. You whittle like a madman. Like it is. You've never whittled two sticks together in such ferocity in all of your life.
I really want this fucking fire!
You guys watch. It's like. You ever see gifs where it's like, you know, a guy doing an arm pump, but it's like 1,000 times like faster? That is Task right now. And like, if you want to stop him, but if you go over there, you might get gut punched into oblivion. So eventually you get kind of tired. No fire.
That's weird. Tash, maybe go
I'm
faster.
gonna
Throws the
try
sticks at
something.
Forky.
I'm gonna try to summon my mage hand.
Okay. Your mage head appears. You can see it in your vision. It is your beautiful purple hand.
Oh, it's so
Okay.
great. I'm so happy that whoever fucking owns this force is really selective of fire.
So it's not anti-magic. It's more
Well, I
anti-fire.
mean, last time I checked, trees don't really like fire, so if they're going to be selective about any element, that would make sense.
It does make sense.
Yeah, it's good
But
thinking.
that also means we're not alone.
Is that necessarily a bad thing? I think.
Panic,
Mhm.
panic. Mr. Green
Yes.
Tongue. I've got an idea. Here's me out.
Okay.
I know how you like to talk to plants, right?
Oh.
And these plants are all weird Ask them why they're so
That is
weird.
not a bad idea, actually.
That's actually very astute, Borky. I'm proud of you.
All right. Well, I'm gonna.
Thank you. Even. Yeah, no problem. Borky, like,
Good job, Borky.
Oh, you kid.
Borky pretends to punch someone who's not there.
Never mind.
So, Panic kneels down to the ground. He puts his hand in the grass, and green flash of arcane energy. I will cast Speak with Plants.
So you're gonna touch kind of like the dark, decomposed sort of grass.
Actually, I'm gonna touch a tree.
Okay, one of the weird trees, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you say?
Hello.
There's a pause for like a couple seconds, and you hear a voice come back. Hello?
Hey, how's it going? Just had a couple questions. I noticed a lot of the stuff around here is a lot different from what we were seeing a couple miles back. Also, we can't make fires. What's do you know what that's about? Oh, mighty tree.
There's another pause. I'm sorry, who are you?
Whoa, baby!
That's a sassy ass tree.
Well, if you haven't heard of me, I am Panic Grimtongue, Bard Extraordinaire, professional dick kicker. And we are traveling on behalf of our city. We are trying to find something, and we are just setting up camp for the night. Who are you?
Dick kicker.
Yes. You don't have one of those, I hope.
That's a very interesting.
What are they asking? We only hear one side of the conversation.
That's a very interesting title, actually. I'm sorry, you're asking me so many questions. I have one for you.
Okay.
How are you talking to me right now?
Oh, I'm a magic man.
A magic man.
Yes.
Real fast,
Got this.
Panic, don't hit on the tree. Please don't hit on the tree.
I've got this spell called Speak with Plants, and that is how I'm communicating with you right now. Is that strange to you?
Strange. A little bit. It's been a while.
A while.
You said your name was Panic.
Yes, Panic Grimtongue.
I have another strange question for you.
Fire
Do you
away.
walk on two legs by chance?
Yes.
Interesting. How tall are you?
I am about 6'1", I think. Yeah, 6'1".
So shorter than those brutes that have come through.
You mean the giants? Yes.
Can I ask, what business do you have here? Just out of curiosity.
Oh, we're traveling. We're on a mission for our city. We're trying to find an object.
An object.
Yes.
And your path brings you here.
Yes. Can I do some sort of insight check to see if this is really the tree talking to me?
Yeah, absolutely. You absolutely can.
This sounds like it might not be a tree. 10.
You have no idea. You're new to speaking with trees, and their strange personalities kind of throw you off quite a bit. You have no idea. There's more silence. This tree is pondering quite a bit. Well, I don't really have that many visitors. You're traveling through.
Yes, we're heading northeast. Was it northeast?
Northeast. Or west, sorry.
No, northwest.
We're heading northwest, yeah.
Northwest.
I ask you this question then. Panic, the dick kicker.
Yes.
Why should I let you through my wood?
Hey, well, you didn't seem to like those giants earlier, correct?
The ones that gave me payment to pass through, I liked. The ones who didn't, well, I'm sure you can use your two-legged imagination.
Payment? What do you accept as payment?
Food. Well, my type of food.
Water?
Water. No.
Sunlight?
Oh, that's cute, actually. That's quite cute. Tell me, do you travel alone? I don't think you're traveling alone.
Panic slowly turns back to the rest of the group. Slowly
man?
turns back.
This conversation's riveting.
No,
Hearing one half of it.
no, I am not alone.
How many are with you? I mean this with no ill intention. I'm simply curious. It's
I'm gonna incite that.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Fucking Amish tree.
Okay.
17.
A little ominous, but he's not like, you get the sense he doesn't want to, like, that's not what he wants from you. It doesn't seem like that malicious. And actually he's gonna incite you. He's gonna incite you.
So,
Insight your insight.
out of character Zito, what are we gonna call these woods?
That is a 19 insight on you.
Okay, what are you trying to find out?
He wants to know how comfortable you are at the moment.
What? A little, like physically or?
Both. Mostly mentally at the moment.
Well, physically, kind of a little warm, but mentally he's not uncomfortable per se. He's just a little weirded out by how weird this tree is weirdly being.
Oh, please, don't be strange with me. I'm sure that you can figure out the terms of exchange. There's plenty of things wandering around these woods, not mine, the ones around me. Perhaps if you bring me one of those, I will grant you safe passage through. It's
And
hard
you'll-
this time of the year for me.
Do you want that for each of us?
There is a few of you. Get me something large, and I'm sure we can figure it out. Besides, you've been an absolute treat to talk to.
Oh, shucks.
I notice you're having a bit of difficulties as well with your little stick pile and rocks.
Yes. Though I'm not sure we need it, but
Not with
Yeah.
me. Here. And you watch as there's cracking in the woods around you, and these large vines kind of come around and they sweep away the campfire and kind of come up around sort of as this sort of little miniature wall. You guys all watch as that happens.
Whoa.
And then all these leaf fronds come down, like these giant, massive leaves, like 6 feet long and huge and wide, come around and basically make a little roof over top.
Oh, wow.
How's that for you? Do you like that?
What did you tell her?
good
What
job.
the
Is it-
hell?
Tree.
is it like enough to fit all of us?
Yeah. He just made it around you guys.
That was
Or she, you can't really tell. It's a tree.
that was very helpful. Thank you. You said you wanted something large. Did you mean one of the elks that roam around here?
Oh, elk, boar. I haven't had wolf in years.
Mm.
Oh no.
So, if we get you something to eat, then you will let us pass.
I'll let you in, yes.
Will we have to
What?
do this again coming back out?
I mean, fair's fair.
All right, very well.
I mean, I just made you a lovely, comfortable abode. Does that mean nothing to you?
No, I said that fair is fair. You're right.
Very well. Bring it to me tomorrow at some point. You must sleep. I can feel you're exhausted. Long day.
Mm-hmm. Well, I will relay this to my goons, and we will get back to you on that.
Hold
It's a
on. there.
goon.
Only getting one side, but I know that ain't accurate. Goon is a very
That's
bad
actually
way
that
of
brings up a
telling
good
it.
question. Is Panic speaking in a weird tongue, or is it just common and we're hearing one side?
I think I'm speaking common, but you can't hear
Yeah.
what it's saying to me.
Yeah, no, you can't hear what it's saying
Makes
to you.
it better.
Well, I think the deal's set. Yes, once that happens, I'll remove some of my traps, and you can come right in.
Lovely. Well,
I wouldn't step inside before then if I were you.
Very well. One last question is, what you're looking for in the woods around here somewhere? Do we have
What
to be careful?
I'm looking for. Not in my woods, in the woods around me. We're a little different, if you haven't noticed.
Gotcha. Okay. Do you have a name?
I just met you. Let's do a business deal, and then we can get to names.
Okay.
It's been a long time since I've used one. Toodles. And the voice fades.
Goodbye.
What did you just sign us away to?
Well,
What's
now
the deal with all the
listen.
vines?
I didn't sign us away to anything. If we didn't do this, we could have very likely died. So, trees are trapped. They made us a hut because I agreed to their terms of service. I clicked the checkbox. The
What's a
trees.
checkbox?
It's that little thing. It's that little, the little thing like when you're signing a paper, you go with the. Have you never signed anything before?
Porky holds his
Anyway,
holds his hand.
so the trees want to eat something, and I mean like eat.
So you're saying that this thing is a
Well, it's like a
Barn
plant. Plants
Bixby
eat,
takes
like,
his hand and he covers Batsby.
there's like it meant it sort of in a way like like dead animal matter. It's good for plants. It helps it grow. It's
Yeah,
a potent thing to help it grow. Makes sense.
and it said something big as well.
I mean,
Other than that, I really don't suggest we go any further.
I thought.
Borky has his hand up. He's
Yes,
like,
yes, Porky.
So if plants could always eat things, why do we put water?
I asked that same question. It's like
Yeah.
fertilizer. You know how when the body decays, it sort of like nourishes the
I mean,
ground.
If they,
I
if
know
they want
that.
that, if they want that, we could all just. If they want that, we could just poop all over it.
I don't think that's I don't think that's what they want. No,
It's on.
Quick, ask them.
It's
I would have to cast a spell again, and kind of don't want to do that.
What's that task?
It's unfortunate we didn't know about this sooner. We could Teethox be slain with us here.
That thing was pretty big though. Like that would.
Yeah.
But they wanted something. I know, but I'm just like this. The tree wants something big. The Teethox pretty big.
we'd have to drag that giant.
Yeah, it did kind of
His
sink
corpse
back
is
into.
probably still there.
Yeah,
I
it
mean-
did kind
I
of
mean,
sink back
we-
into the ground though.
Okay,
as
but
well.
also get this: we also walk through a deserted town that probably has a.
Oh, you cut out, Zito. I'm so sorry.
Oh, for fuck's sake! I said that we went through an abandoned town that probably has a few carts that, with a little bit of repair, we can shift stuff to.
I'm gonna say no. You didn't see anything that had any salvageability. Anything wood was just straight up mulch. It was pretty badly damaged.
All right, well then, what exactly are we hunting then? Because apparently that's what it wants.
Well,
Borky like pats Task on the back of his on his back.
well, my tired friend, it's time to go hunting.
Well,
After
I think we
sleep.
should get some sleep first.
Kreckles is already rolling his bedroll out.
Yeah, it's a nice little thing that it made for you guys. It's very cute. In fact, as you guys are kind of like unrolling your stuff, these more vines kind of come in and flick on these sort of fluorescent, funky lights, like bioluminescent lights inside of it.
This is
Digsby looks up at them wide-eyed.
Batsby kind of burrows deeper into your shell because it's a bat.
So, if any of you have ever seen like the gifs of dudes like front flipping into like beds, that's essentially what Task does. Except the Family Guy falls near the fire and just goes to sleep.
And
I like how you specify it's a Family Guy fall. I already know how
Yep.
the arms position behind that.
to answer Task's question, though, it didn't really specify anything. It said it hasn't had a wolf in a while, which.
Now, I just think, like, you've talked to Blanks before. This one seemed really chatty.
I think it holds more power over the other plants I've talked to.
Borky's like getting ready, like lying in his vine thing that's being formed around him. He's like,
Because I'll go to fairy. You like to hear it?
Okay.
I think it likes you. I think it likes you. I think it's into you.
Good night, Borky.
Okay, what?
Okay, you guys go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you guys all go to sleep.
but before Borky goes to sleep, he puts Gripples beside him, and just and
Okay,
kisses.
the
her
lights go
goodnight.
off on the vines, and you guys go to sleep. What? It's kind of silly. The following morning approaches. Who wants to get up first?
I'll go ahead and get up first.
Okay. Do you step outside of your house that you've
Yeah,
suddenly
I'll
have?
just I'll push one of the leaves over. Oh, like rubbing the eyes.
You walk out. You smell very nice dew. It's a little bit warmer today, probably because of the humidity coming from the forest of next to the other one.
Mm-hmm.
It's comfortable. It smells like really, really nice outside, kind of like berries and like kind of deep herbal sort of sense to it. You see a few birds scatter as you kind of poke your head out, and yeah, you're awake. Everything's good.
Bixby stretches out of his shell, having actually had like a nice warm place to sleep for once.
As your head comes out of your shell, Batsby is like on the back of your neck and like scuttles backwards into the shell as you're extending out with your neck.
Ooh.
That was refreshing.
Borky just gets up and slowly just stretches his arm.
Oh, gosh, slip bad in my arm. Oh. Yeah, this is tight. Oh.
Panic looks at his ass.
Time to go.
How's Task looking?
Task is refreshed. He looks great.
Tess sits up from the leaves. Hey, gang, what's up?
Taurus licks your face enthusiastically, like he's back.
Just give him a good pat, rub him on the side of the head. Just like, all right, let's go. We got something.
Thought I was gonna have to break out a Snickers.
I want to find like cool hunting music for while you guys hunt. You guys.
Oh
pull
yeah, son,
your
let's go.
bows and arrows. You get ready to go. Let me see if I have anything that could be used for that.
You could
This
do
probably-
William Tell Overture.
The Unexpectables versus a giant rat.
Alrighty. You guys keep a good sense. You have the compass with you, so you have a good sense of your direction. You guys who set out into more of the green wood, though, not as it's greenish. It's turning orange. It's autumn. There's a scent of old leaves. A few things skitter from your path. Rabbits, very small creatures. I would like anyone who is trained in it to roll survival.
Yeah,
You are
buddy,
not-
here we
You
go.
are not trained in survival. You do not get a roll.
I've got a question.
Yes.
22.
Does Jack of all trades count?
Sure, why not?
Yeehaw!
That's a 21 for me. By the way, it's a 21.
That's
That's
a
a 5
five.
for me.
Panic, you are staring and smelling the scent. You're thinking this would make a great perfume. Like this would be a great perfume. Borky and
my
Task,
grandson.
you guys have gotten mud off the ground. You got smeared it on your face. You guys are like got kind of like twigs and branches attached to you. You guys are like skulking through the forest. You're kind of doing like combat rolls and moving around.
Oh my
Eventually, you catch sight of. Let me find out what you find.
Yeehaw.
Zito rolled a 22.
I thought I said that.
My lip is on
Oh,
fire.
no, I didn't hear you.
Okay, you find a very large boar currently kicking up some roots of a tree.
Just pat Borky on the side. I hold my finger to my mouth, like just with one finger, and then point towards the boar.
What side are we seeing? From the side, from the back?
You guys, you're seeing it from the side. It's got big, giant tusks on it. It is very fat.
How insight? I want to see how
Perception check.
big it is. Perception check.
I'd like to check that
I roll my dice and I get a solid.
Ooh, I
8.
got a nat 1.
That's a pig. You
That's
point out.
big.
All right, let's
fucking
roll
pig.
perception. Here we go.
9.
I
9.
suppose I will as well.
There's lots of long grass.
Can I just make it?
Panic being the genius you are, you push away the grass. All your friends are like kind of narrowing their eyes in front of the grass. You're like idiots, and you pull front the grass. And you all see it from the side. It is a very large, black, bristly, fat boar. It's currently just like completely like tossing over a small, fresh sapling tree at the moment. Kind
I'd
of
like
In
to
in
mother. Oh,
I was about to say, in D&D terms, about how big would you say it is?
this would be
Medium, large, colossal.
Colossal boar.
Colossal boar. It is very large, I would say.
Very large. That is pretty big. I think that'll do it, boys.
all right.
Let's have a
Okay.
plan.
Here's what I'm thinking. Task. I know what you're thinking. What I want you to do is I want you to shoot it, and then
Borky pulls it up,
I throw Old Faithful.
the lightning javelin.
I don't
hand.
oppose that, Borky, but I also would like to see if we can probably get someone on the other side or somewhere else that if it tries to dart away in another direction, we can intercept it.
I was actually
Well,
going to
I-
offer
I-
up that
I-
task.
Well, I was about to. Damn it.
What was I say?
Well, who's stealthy?
Porky, shut up. Task, where do you want me?
What?
Well, as soon as we shoot it from here, it's going to run the opposite direction. So get on the opposite side of it from where we are.
All right.
Before you move, Digsby is going to cast Bless on you three.
Nice.
Porky, Task, and Greckles.
Nice.
Nice. So you guys basically can add a D4 to a
Attack
saving
roll
throw or an
for the-
attack roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the next minute.
Oh wow.
I'm gonna say Greckles, roll a stealth check for me, and I'm gonna roll a perception check.
Yeehaw! That's a 23.
That's a 23. Oh, Mr. Boar, you got a with a -2. That is a 3 for Mr. Boar. Mr. Boar, you watch, kind of rips a root from underneath the tree and just eats it. You see the tusk
All right.
going up and down.
We'll wait for Greckles to at least show that he's on the other side, and then I'm gonna look over to Digsby. I'm gonna look over to Panic. Do you guys have any ideas before we fire?
There is something I could do as long as I can get close to it without it running away.
You guys, with this encirclement that you guys have, it's about 30 feet away from all of you when you've encircled it.
I'm going to from the path that we have, like leading back, like in any way. Is there like any way that would look like a normal running path for it?
Roll, I would say, knowledge nature for that one. Kind of getting into the mind of the beast.
Nope.
That's a cute pig. It's a very cute pig.
It might.
Murder it.
Well, it
It's a
might
big
try to
old
run, but I could like run it into a hole. But I don't know where to put no hole.
All I need is for it to stay still, and all I need to do is touch it. I've got a
No, it's not a tree.
I've got-
Panic.
I've got a spell that will probably benefit us quite a bit.
All right, so then here's what we can do. Once we hit this thing, we'll try to get you up close to it. Everyone else just try to keep it from running in a direction that we're not covering.
Okay. So are we still gonna do the one?
Yes,
thing?
you and
How
you and
about-
you and me are gonna fire at once. And ready? 3, 2. Holds up a one finger and then gets ready to aim his bow.
All right. I need you guys to roll initiative for the surprise round.
Okay.
23.
16.
9.
4.
And I'm rolling mine, and that is a 11.
Prickles.
I'm a slow boy.
Then Porky.
You're rhetorical.
And then I'm putting Tarisk after you, Task.
Sure.
Borky, and then we have Panic, and then we have Digsby. All right, and the boar will come after this round. So Task, you immediately pop out of the brush. A few leaves fall off your ears, and you pull back your bow and you let loose.
Yep. Whoopah!
That
27.
absolutely hits. That absolutely hits.
All right, 9. I'm not getting Colossus.
You don't have
Slayer on
Colossus
this
Slayer.
thing. However, I do want
It's
to.
a 27, by the way.
I do want to put down Hunter's Mark as a bonus action and shoot again.
Absolutely. I'll let you do that.
Radical. All right, so I have Hunter's Mark set on him, and I'm also
Yeah.
as a I guess free action is also to like speak to someone. I'm gonna tell Tarask to. Oh geez, I just said my name. I'm gonna tell Tarisk to hold it. I'm gonna tell Tarisk as a command to hold it down.
Okay.
And longbow one more time. That's a 25.
That absolutely hits.
All right, so that's 11 plus 4. Let me do Hunter's Mark.
That's 20 plus. That's 27 points of damage. Holy Anna. That brings it down to. Ooh, boy. Okay. You shoot that thing right into its shoulder blade. You guys hear sort of pig scream come out of its jaws. It spits out the root it's been chewing on, like muck and slobber dripping down from its mouth. You see it immediately. It's ready to run. That brings it to Tara's turn, and he is going to run up to it and attempt to grapple the boar.
Go, my son, go!
Oh, buddy. Wait, athletics. Hold on. Okay, that's a 7. So let me grab
Doesn't it
another
also
dice.
get some disadvantages for it being like 2 size categories larger than it?
You are right, it does. So I will roll that again. That's not better. It's okay. Okay, gotta roll another dice for it. Yeah, okay, with that one it passes. So Taurus rolled a lovely 4 plus 3. Oh. The boar rolled a 3 plus, where is it? A 3 plus 3. And then the boar, because it's a size larger, gets advantage. So it rolled a 12 plus 3, which is a 15. So Taurus runs and grabs it by the tail, which isn't the greatest strategy, but you hear a satisfying as the tail gets ripped off. And Taurus looks a little dumbfounded. There's more screaming. Greckles, it is now your turn. You've heard Tass, you heard the twang of the bow, you've heard a terrible, terrible pig scream.
You said that we were all 30 feet away from it?
Yeah, you guys are all encircling it 30 feet.
All right. In that case, I'm gonna do my dash over and give him the old 1-2 with the scary acid dagger stab and short sword.
All right.
All right. And I assume sneak damage?
Absolutely, yeah.
That is a 22.
That hits.
All right, that's 8, 9, 10, plus 3d6. Here. Oosh. Oh, that's another 6. Okay.
So that's 8 to 6. All right. I want you to roll an acrobatics check for me.
Yeehaw. That's a 26.
You guys watch as Greckles runs out with with his dagger. You go right through the pig's skull, like right up the top. You like run up its back and just bring it down in its skull. The pig rears back and begins to run forward. You gallop with the pig, and as the pig runs right head first into a tree, you backflip off and land on the ground, and the pig twitches, trembles, and falls over dead, its body shifting side to side.
Fucking monster hunter bastard. Look at you
that,
go.
and I'm gonna do that slow sheath.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man,
And-
the build up to my spell increases.
And it's dead. And you actually notice that you didn't notice before. A bunch of little pigs scatter into the nearby woods. Not babies, but younger pigs. Definitely not that big. And then that leaves the big giant pig currently, like just oozing blood.
Borky's standing in pose, ready to throw the spear. Looks down all sad. Slowly puts it dejectedly back into the fan.
It's okay, Borky. I got denied on my thing too.
No, it's fine. Why have fun? You know.
Sorry.
There. Well, and now that that's done, how are we going to get this back?
And how do we give it to the tree exactly?
I guess we just set it at the base of the tree and just let it rot.
What? Why is the
Time
tree's mouth?
out, guys. Tass, do you think we should quarter it?
I don't know if the problem is here is that, and he looks to panic while saying this. I don't know if the tree's picky if we take pieces of it for ourselves.
No, what I mean is to separate it for it to be easier to carry.
I would agree with that. But we don't know if this thing wants it whole or if we put it in pieces, it will nullify the.
That's true.
All right. How heavy is this?
Can Borky try and do a strength test to see how
Oh,
heavy it is?
sure.
Hey, you never know. Might not 20.
You can't even lift
17.
it with that. It is very heavy.
Come on. All right. I hope it wasn't in pieces because that's.
I think we might all have to roll our own separate pieces of this thing.
All right.
I think
my God.
the tree might understand if we have to quarter it, maybe.
Or did it seem like an understanding tree, or was it more of a judgment?
I mean, it made us a house.
Yeah, but that might load over us. Like, well, I made you a house. Why can't you bring me back a paw in one piece? I don't know. I only heard one side of the conversation.
How far are we from this tree, by the way?
Maybe like an hour's walk.
All right.
Oh,
Well,
good.
Tash just flips up his knife. Fuck it. Survival.
This won't be a hard survival check. Yeah, you got it. It's thick. This thing is thick with like meat and fat and like
pork.
thick pork. It's very bloody too. And as you guys are kind of cutting this up, a few crows begin to perch and kind of, as you guys are turning away, kind of setting aside haunches of meat, they kind of fly in, grab a piece, and then.
Grackles, tell your family to leave.
Does a small blood vessel just bumps up?
Okay.
Greckles will turn around and mimic the exact same caw back. Just.
You guys managed to quarter the beef. I will ask for a strength check from everybody because you all have your own separate pieces.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Strength is my worst skill. Here I go.
That's a 5.
Mine too.
No, not doing. That one.
That's a 13 for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a 19.
Wow, not bad. Okay.
And I got
10.
a 10.
Wow. You guys, it takes you a while. You guys have to drag this. Digsby, you like grab its ear.
Yeah, I'm guessing
to carry
Armsby pops off. Plunk. Oh.
Yeah. And you, with your other arm, you grab like the ear of the pig and kind of like, that's enough, and just kind of walk ahead.
Oh, by the way, hold on a second. Task is gonna carve the ear of the pig off and give it to Tarisk.
Should you?
Ooh, Taurus, natural 20 for Tarisk. He takes that and immediately being fulfilled and praised, grabs your cut there, Greckles, as you're struggling, and just like an excited dog bringing a giant oversized trash bag, like begins to pull it excitedly.
Good boy.
Come on, Armsby, just help me out a little.
Armsby is like doing the sort of finger wiggle.
Oh.
Mate, it's got to suck to have an arm that won't listen. Ain't that right hand?
Your hand.
Digsby, let me see if I can give you a hand with that since, well, our God damn it. Seeing as Tarisk has my section taken care of, can I roll a separate strength to help him?
Sure, I'll say yeah.
18,
Okay.
that's better.
Between the two of you, you come together. You grab. You guys got the kind of the back end of the pig where the tail's missing. You grab one leg, Digsby, with your good hand, and then Greckles, you grab the other with both of your hands. So you guys begin to drag it. It is exhausting. You guys, despite how cold it is around here, sweat quite a bit. The back, like the fabric on your back, for those of you wearing a shirt, begins to stick with you, wet with sweat. And eventually, after about an hour, bringing you to about maybe noon, like lunchtime, you make it back to your encampment. You're a little lost because the house is gone. The thing that the tree made for you.
Panic, where was the tree you were talking to?
Probably near the house it made for us.
Where's the house that the tree made for us? It's a weird conversation we're having.
You know, it kind of is, yes.
Now let's feed this
Do I,
pig to
yeah,
this tree.
do I look on the ground, like, I look for huge, like, piles of leaves.
There's like a base of a tree. There's some roots there. And I assume you guys just kind of pile it up like that.
Yeah, just throw it on top of it.
Alright,
Put
you
it in
guys.
the root, yeah.
There's some gross like splack, splack, splack noise as you kind of toss the meat on top of itself.
Hey, I'm sorry, real quick. So since we're technically feeding this thing, and since the roots of a tree is basically where the food goes, I'd like Taz to start smearing blood on any visible roots.
Okay. You take the pig's blood and you're like, I'm gonna do the cool eye thing. You're like, maybe not with this, and you kind of go over and kind of like a kid finger painting.
We're all
smear
gonna
it.
laugh at you, tree.
God damn it!
But you smear what blood there is. There's a lot of it already just pouring out of the boar. And you watch as the ground beneath you guys begins to kind of shake a bit, not like in a menacing way. It's almost like there's things sliding around inside, and you watch as the boar meat is almost like two arms popping out of the ground. An absolute massive root system just comes slowly crawling out of the ground, and then very quickly, like a kid grabbing everything off a table, just snatches up all the meat and just drags it underground.
Blah.
In one fell swoop, and earth kind of settles over it. And you watch as some leaf fronds in this wood just fold back, showing you a path.
Well, I can appreciate that they dug it under.
Well, looks like the road's clear ahead.
Yeah, you would.
There we go. I turn around. I give the tree a thumbs up.
The tree doesn't really do anything. It's a tree.
Well, now it knows.
Yeah. All right.
That is half the battle, technically.
I'm just gonna reload roll 20 because my music's not working, so I need to.
Really? We hear it.
Yeah, you guys hear it. It
Yeah,
glitches
okay.
out for me for some reason. It doesn't like dungeon.
right.
It's fine. I will say at this point, if you guys want to take a break, now would be the time.
Yes, indeed. Okay.
Alrighty, real quick, guys. All right, so a couple bits I'd like to call out here, guys, real quick. I'm loving this. This session's a lot of fun. I want to thank again Probate, my lord of Bloomerbagle, Jareth Strife, Yakiniku Party, Daedrain, Orvakan, Lejake, Dark Vulcan, The Lone Warrior, Void King 89, and Night Hunter 66. You guys, wow, so kind with the donations here. Let's talk about. Oh my God!
Oh, lordy.
Ah! What? Oh my God!
I mean,
Hey! Ah!
The beach wars. No.
When it rains, it pours.
Dage! My God, real fast. Thanatos 6731, 1,000 bits. So I got the bits, so keep being awesome, guys. Got me back into D&D, so thanks. I've started a campaign. I'm having a blast, so thanks. Hey, no worries, man. Let's talk real quick here about Daedrin Orvakan. Daedrin Orvakan just dropped 330.
pace yourself, buddy. 36,700 bits. Well, it sounds like that drop earlier worked out with all of them nat 20s. Got me some good karma too. Have all this good shit. Also, no hard feelings to you, Probate. Just want to sit in the Golden Throne once. Please be gentle with your rebuke. No, did you just go up behind him, Daedrin Orvakan? This way, nothing personal, kid. You just, Daedrin Orvakan, with 36,700 bits. I don't know what to say aside from thank you from the bottom of our hearts here at the Unexpectables. Thank you so much for the support. Wow. Nuts.
Yeah, I just borkied the numbers a bit. Yeah, I was. Jeepers. Penguin Man 0913, 1,000 bits. I took some inspiration from Borky and my Goliath Barbarian duplexes a giant monster. He duplexed a giant monster? He threw a whole duplex on
He
him.
built him a nice house.
This is great. This is great. Thank you so much. I have a nice neighbor. I'm so excited to be in this neighborhood. Oh my God.
I'm assuming you suplexed, but nonetheless, we'll have to take your typo and have fun with it. Bloomerbagle, thank you for the 2-month resub. And again, thank you so much for the bits earlier. My goodness. And Daedrin Orvakan again. What? 36,700 bits.
Are we still waiting on someone?
What? 1 second. I'm going to go to the bathroom here now that you're all back. Night Hunter 66, 1,500 bits. I still need to know what Monty and Sneck want to be gods of. Oh, you can answer
I
that while I
want
go
to be
to
the god of
bathroom.
lobsters. I'm sorry, it's very specific. I want to be the god of lobsters.
That is oddly specific. Oh, well
Probate
then.
came back. I think we'll go ahead and thank him in Taka's stead, though.
Yeah, thank you for the
fuck.
33,000 bits, my dude.
Again, holy fuck, Probate.
Also, I thought you weren't good until the first of the month. What is this, like the crazy reserve?
He changed his mind.
Quick! Nobody tell Taka when he comes back.
Got it.
Nobody mentioned a thing.
It's a
Nobody say
secret.
thing.
I guess if I had to pick, I'd be the god of generosity.
Aw.
Is that not Probate, though?
Yeah, right. Now, is this based on our characters or us?
I don't have a character. I mean, I have NPCs, but they're not, One day.
Hello, Dunkin'
How you
Donuts
doing,
has
buddy?
been achieved.
How's it going?
I do have a character though, Bulith, and I love him. My Goliath, I love him.
What would your Goliath be the god of?
Dapper Hats. That would be. He'd be the god of hats.
The god of hats. That's
God of
He-
hats, that's
he
cool.
found a top hat, and he's very proud of himself with his 8 intelligence.
Hey guys, I'm back. Oh my God!
Oh, okay. Never mind. The
You
jig's
found
up,
it.
guys.
Found it.
Probate
Murdering again.
is. Probate. What probate did was he took the seat.
Yeah, just
33,000 bits from probate. Probate came up through the floor, and slow and like he like just.
What's that fucking JoJo character with the zippers?
Yeah, that guy. Probate zipped him.
Three fingers!
Sticky finger! And then, yeah, wow. Daedrin Orvakan, thank you so much for playing, but Probate wins in the game
right.
of bit bosses. My God, 33,000 bits. And thank you so much to everybody else who bit dropped. We'll make sure to call you out at the end here.
Keep going.
Let's
Everybody's back. We have everybody. Lanny,
I'm here.
Snake,
Yep.
Zito,
Hello, I have coffee.
Hooray, Kurt, and then Gaijin.
Is that with 2 H's?
Gaijin. Oh my God, Gaijin!
No, it's with 3.
hold the H. Hold the H.
All right, you guys.
His favorite wrestler's
We'll get
Triple
back
H.
into this then. You guys wander into the woods. That same sort of humid feeling, very warm. It's kind of nice and refreshing. You're a little scared to get back into the cold because all that humidity after will probably be very cold, even colder. But as you guys walk, all the leaves in front of you kind of pull back, sort of like fanfare style. And you notice a few very large flowers, like massive flowers that are attached to trunks of trees. And you notice they have kind of like thorn spikes on them. And first you wouldn't notice them because they blend in with the surroundings so well. And they slowly close before you pass and then reopen.
Oh. I guess he's just a mean green mother from outer space, and he's bad.
It's actually, nothing's green here. It's actually all kind of a purple, sort of auburn red sort of feeling to it. Very kind of composty, autumny sort of forest. There's thick trees with large vines coiling around, bits of moss of various types. Furious typing in the forest.
Sorry, I'm writing down notes. I don't know what to do.
It's all good. You guys walk for about an hour going into this forest, and the path is just cleared for you. Even some of the leaves are being swept away. You kind of stumble on some roots. The terrain here is very, very like not lush and like I'm getting an echo from someone. Hello?
I got headphones in.
Oh,
Hello?
weird.
Headphones?
Weird, that was weird. It's very, there's lots of things on the ground, but it's not like grass or like, you know, smaller trees. It's like a lot of compost, a lot of like dead leaves, a few bones of some animals, and various other sort of plant-like material, big leaf fronds. I would like, who's in the front here?
I guess I will, since I'm now like back up to speed.
Yeah.
You're back up to speed, and you're enjoying this humid air. Like you in particular, being kind of a lizard-like creature. You're kind of back and comfortable in your sort of your element. But there is something that is odd to you, Task. That warm sensation in your chest is getting kind of smaller and smaller a little bit.
Oh shit.
You don't feel any different yourself, but you just feel like kind of like when you've eaten food, like you got that, like you eat something cold in your stomach.
Yeah.
It's kind of got that sensation to it. Who is in the rear?
Probably me and Digsby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
I want both of you to roll knowledge nature.
Ooh, that's a 5.
Digsby, I'm gonna actually message you something.
Okie dokie.
Lanny Pator. and you guys keep walking forward, kicking up leaves in your wake. About this point, you're about 2 hours in. Beautiful, massive trees. You see sunlight streaking through the cracks in the tree line and the flowing breeze kind of waving through. You get this nice subdued aroma. You see berries and plants in some of the trees, very large, red, shiny fruit.
You know, it's kind of weird. There's all this food around here, but ain't nothing around eating it.
Given the fact that this is a carnivorous forest, so to speak, that doesn't surprise me too much.
I guess.
Well, you think we should touch it or like take some back to Willow or something?
I would advise against that. This is a living forest.
Or does this forest seem like the kind of forest that would be like, what are you doing? Get out of my house.
Probably.
I mean, we did have to feed it for it to disarm all of its traps, I guess.
I'm a bit curious to see what kind of traps a tree could lay. Maybe it could kill one of its brothers and roll it towards us. That's what almost killed Digsby.
Yeah.
I mean, it could manipulate its roots freely, so who knows what it's capable of.
Oh, right. If you could make a house, it could make a coffin.
Can I get everybody's emotions right now as their character? What is everybody feeling right now as they're walking through this
Greckles
forest?
is feeling kind of good. It's nice to be warm. It's nice. It's especially nice not to feel like he has to hide a whole bunch, considering the forest is basically protecting them.
Its task is a little pensive over the fact that it's still kind of a man-eating forest. The fact that it can be reasoned with, while strange, is a very nice feeling that at least like something in this woods has sentience enough that it can be negotiated with.
Okay.
Borky's just thinking how delicious that fruit would be. And he's thinking Arby's, except
Except fruit.
Digsby's still a little depressed from the events from the couple of days prior, still kind of getting over that sense of dread and nostalgia.
Okay. And Panic?
Panic is feeling very curious. He's never quite seen anything like this, so he's just sort of fascinated by it all.
Okay. As you guys are walking, you hear a sound.
Whoop.
Someone's doing the villain slow clap, isn't it?
Yeah, that sounds like a slow clap.
Okay. It must be Ormsby.
He's mastered the one-handed clap.
No, he's just scrapping along with us. Yeah.
Greckles, where are you stealthing into? I'm curious.
Well, that depends on what the general surroundings is.
Forest. Forest.
I would assume about I would think that there's kind of heavy brush, so I would be trying to duck about 5 feet to the side, 5 or 10 feet to the side.
I need to roll an acrobatics check for me.
Okie doke. That's a 24.
Is the bush just gonna like reject him or something?
Literally, you guys watch as Greckles hears that noise, jumps into a bush. The bush actually traps you, like it crushes into you. You feel your bones pulled in, and a vine comes out from one of the trees. You hear it snap as other vines, as dead vines, a part of it reaches in, grabs you by your leg, Greckles, and just whips you back onto the trail angrily. You take 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ow, damn.
Yeah. Okay. I think I just answered a couple questions we had.
Now you hear a voice echo through the forest.
Male or female?
Oh.
Not two voices, but you just can't tell.
Okay.
Now, I've made you a clear path, and you are being absolutely rude by not taking it.
My apologies, I do get a little jumpy sometimes.
You see, walking around from one of the trees, this character.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh, I gotta edit it so you guys can see it.
Boy.
Or Siggy would put it. Oh boy.
Oh.
Oh
Hello.
no.
Boy.
Hello. It reminds me of those Guild Wars 2 characters.
I know, this wasn't.
I was about to say, yeah.
Come on in, make yourselves at home, but not too at home. And he kind of stares at you, Greckles.
Greckles gives an apologetic bow.
Hello, my
Oh.
name's Digsby. It's short for Diggs, but my mates call me Diggs.
Some vines come around you, Digsby, and kind of like grab you by kind of the cuff of your shell and kind of spins you around. And one vine kind of like taps the back and goes, "That is rather interesting. I've never seen one of you so large."
Thanks. I try. I eat my vegetables.
You do.
I'm assuming you or who I was talking to.
Yes, and I have to say, and they begin to step off the branch, and as they do, more vines kind of come down like stairs as they take each step until they reach the ground.
Oh, that's cool.
I have to say, it has been a decent while since that's happened. But I prefer that over someone coming in and storming in the place. So I do appreciate you at least introducing yourself. Well, what do you think?
Gorky holds his hand up.
You have a lovely home.
Thank you.
Nice to see something of strange origin and strange nature actually have a bit of negotiation in them.
Strange.
What are
nature. What is
Nature I've never
Excuse me.
seen before.
Excuse me. What are you?
me?
Yeah.
You don't
I'm an
exactly seem like a druid.
Druid. I haven't seen Druid in... Oh, they start kind of counting on their fingers. 5,000 years? Maybe?
That long.
Oh,
Give or take.
is that like in like regular years, or is that more like in tree years?
Your friend is very dumb.
Yeah, we know.
Don't you dare speak to Digsbert that way.
Porky, please, just let us handle this.
You
He
have
reminds-
to. Oh, I'm sorry.
He reminds me a lot of the giants that came through here. Should I be worried about that?
No, you
Oh,
should not
no,
be
he's-
worried.
he's
You just have to-
harmless.
You just have to exhibit a small moniker of patience around him.
Patience. So tell me, where did you say you mentioned a city that you came from? Human city?
It's a city of amalgamated races of all things. It's rather spectacular to see so many kinds of people getting along.
How big has it gotten?
Guys?
Pretty big. I mean, it's been destroyed a couple of times.
I ain't been there much long.
Well, that's
I've-
good.
I have unfortunately only traveled to this place recently, but from my experience, it's quite grand.
I ain't stayed there much long. I was from an island way down south.
Ugh. You see the thing kind of recoil at the sound of an island. Ugh. I'm so sorry for you. Water. What a wretched thing. Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you. Welcome to me. And they gesture to the woods.
If I may, I have a quick question.
You seem to be full of those. Go ahead. I love talking about myself.
How long have you been here?
Since I was born.
That's
Well-
a fair answer.
It's a hard question to really answer because I am where is here.
I have here's another question that we can speak about you. How long is your reach?
My reach. Oh, it doubled in the last 1,000 years. It's been quite good for me, honestly. Oh, my reach spreads far and wide. I've consumed mountains. I've consumed castles. Oh, I've consumed lakes and fields. Oh, what else have I consumed? Many things.
Can I insight this?
Absolutely, yeah.
Because this sounds ominous. 23.
Sing might be powerful.
But does it appear ominous or just like really into itself?
It's really into itself. It's kind of like weirdly euphoric about this.
Oh yeah, watch this. No, I'm kidding.
And ooh, that's just the places I've eaten, the things I've eaten. What have I eaten? I've eaten dragons, sphinxes.
Sphinxes?
Never heard that creature.
I don't know.
I don't. Are those native to Alabast?
Alavas, that's a name I haven't heard in a while.
Well, that's...
Well, it's weird, because that's where you live.
I don't live there. I live within myself.
We're actually on the outskirts of El Asparky. Not...
Okay.
If we're being technical.
Real question, Mr. Mrs. Tree Person, what should we refer to you as so that I do not offend you?
That's a hard question. The name thing is very much a thing of your particulars. I've had many names. The Endlands, the Purple Forest. I had one that the Fae called me. I really, really liked it. It had rolled off the tongue really, really nicely.
And what is that?
What's that?
Fleur de Mort.
Borky stops for a second and just goes,
Oh, do you spell that? Because I'm gonna write that down on the map.
I'm guessing FLOURDEMORT.
I think I spelled it wrong.
I believe that's like the forest or the flower of death or something in French.
Flower of death.
God, really? I'm gonna pull my lord in heaven.
I was just going to call you Zrai, but...
You don't get to name me.
Well, that... I know that now!
You don't know me.
Well,
Fleur de Mort.
if you are quite welcome with that name, I assure you that your name will be well known to those. When we travel back.
Quick question, Mrs. Mort.
I highly recommend, Orc, that you use my full name. I've eaten thousands of your kind, and I'm not going to stop.
Borky? Just...
Yes, sir, Mr. Flodermort. Quick question for you. When we leave, do you want us telling anyone about you, or do you appreciate your privacy?
Privacy. Ooh, I do like the idea of people coming to see me. That holds some promise. It worked before.
They're not all as beautiful as Patty, though.
We can assure you this, that if we do give word of your presence here, we can at least tell them that in order to come through your woods or yourself, they must give sacrifice or tribute. So you can be offered gifts in a way.
Oh, he kind of like all the forest shifts. He kind of like gets this big smile on his face. His shoulders kind of sway side to side. Just the thought of that just kind of puts us in this like in his imagination. Oh, that sounds divine.
The more we learn of you, the more I can write this down and get back to the higher.
I like that. You show promise. You also have something inside of you that is somewhat familiar, but I'm willing to oversight it.
Can I do some sort of Arcana check to figure out what exactly Fleur de Mort is?
Sure.
Arcana. That is a 20.
He's some sort of nymph. But something about him's off a little bit. He's different. His forest is definitely different, though.
Does he got the crazy
Not
eyes?
really, no. His eyes aren't exactly too detailed, honestly. He actually begins to kind of walk next to you guys in the forest, in which each step he takes, there's a vine that kind of meets him, kind of like a snake coming in and out of the ground as he walks. No, I've been lording over this forest for thousands and thousands of years. I'm very proud of myself. I've grown to such a substantial size. I had followers once upon a time, and there was this whole fight, and things got quite complicated. You know how it is.
Was the creature a beast that could split itself into smaller pieces and fly through the air?
No. It was a summer queen, I think is what they're called.
That's something I've never heard of.
Oh, you haven't heard of that? It's Fae royalty.
Oh.
Faes of the Master Court. Yes, I ate one related to fire. You probably noticed that your little sparky tricks don't work so well here.
So you absorb the properties of the things you eat, then.
And Taz kind of like puts his hand to his chest, like, and that explains this.
That's not exactly a big problem. You have shown great kindness in keeping the atmosphere good.
I do so. I mean, you are fascinating to me. I haven't met a two-legged person for not a terribly long time, maybe a couple years, give or take.
Do you have a preferred food, or perhaps something that you would like to experience again? I'm sure we're going to be coming back out here at some point. Maybe we could bring something more delectable than just a raw boar.
Anything will do. Though there's one taste I love. I like what I eat to be afraid of me. Gives me a bit of a rush.
The unfortunate thing is that being of my profession, I am unfortunately to bring you stuff that has fear in me, as I will be bringing it swift death for you.
Fair enough. They keep walking. Oh, do you want to see something fun?
Yeah.
Florida Moore snaps their fingers, and you watch as a bunch of trees. It's like the most horrendous snapping noise. All these trees kind of shift and move around, and you see currently strung up are 3 hill giants currently hanging from a tree.
Are they dead, or?
2 of them are clearly dead. One has its arm ripped from its socket. One currently has like 5 vines around its neck, and like it's completely like strung up, and it's like barely conscious. Its head kind of lolls, and its kind of glazed over eyes looks to you and goes, "These things are absolutely dreadful. Came wandering in here like they owned the place. They didn't have the courtesy that you have and left any sort of offering to me."
Task grunts, good riddance.
I like your attitude. You're very fun, you know. You and I are 2 peas in a pod, I'm feeling. It's very good, comfortable feeling. Oh, no, I think I'm done. And they snap their finger, and the one vine around the giant who's still alive just twists, and the head goes with it, and you just hear this cracking noise and like a gurgling, an attempt to a cry, and the giant just falls limp. And you watch those vines just crash to the ground. All the giants are just dropped, and just more roots come in and just, like your boar, just come in and grab everything and just pull it down.
Task. I'm going to keep up a very good rapport with this character since they like me. That might make a fine. Those might make fine trophies.
Trophies.
Quick question. Mr. Floodamore.
It is
how far do
Floodamore.
you-
I am not a Mr. Floodamore. I don't know what you're saying with that.
Okay, Floodamore. Just curious, how far, like, on 2-legged terms, is it to the exit? Just curious, because we have a tight schedule. Ain't that right, Greg?
Why are you looking at me? I'm fascinated by this.
Because you're always...
Floodamore begins to walk towards you, Borky. Right up to you. You're afraid, aren't you?
Oh, a little bit. It's just because, like, you know, you're scary.
Scary. What about me makes me so scary?
We are guests. Until we are no longer guests.
Oh.
And when we are no longer guests, we are something else. And I'm intimidated by you. And I would like to not be.
Task will try to calm this down, seeing that little. Task will be brazen.
You cut out.
Yeah.
You cut out.
Damn it. Hold on.
All right, so good.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
I said, Task, seeing how fucking afraid Borky is, Task will have to grow a little bit of balls for this next act, walks up to Floridamort, kind of lightly tries to put himself in between the vision, getting close. You may instill fear into this one, but I'd rather it just be that and nothing more. I still need him.
Need him.
Yes, they are allies.
Allies.
Yeah, they
I
use me.
know that word.
And that's something if you don't mind me saying, we can grow ourselves out from guest to allies if you so think that's a good idea.
I could arrange something, perhaps, between you and I. I am curious. I smell dirt, foreign dirt on that one. And Flortimore, without looking, raises a finger towards Digsby. Are you a farmer?
No, ma'am, I'm a digger. I dig holes.
Dig holes. Mind where you put your shovel here, but
Yes, mum.
I motion that it's like totally sheathed.
you have promise. You would also be a good kindred spirit. Very well. I'll keep guiding you. And
Thank you.
we can strike out a deal. Sounds good.
Well, we will see about that. Please grant me one moment. I'm gonna look at my compass.
What's that?
Something that's assisting us in guiding us to where we're going.
Smell.
Oh,
You
cutting out.
You cut out. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I think she hard cut out.
I think she DC'd.
Oh no, everybody! Monty unfortunately DC'd.
Hello?
Oh, there
we go.
Oh, you're back.
My
Oh,
microphone
back.
was on. What the hell? I don't know what happened. Hello?
Yeah,
we
you
can
hear. Taz was explaining that it's a device that helps us figure out where we're going.
Yeah, I heard everything. It just, I don't know, it just stopped broadcasting for me. My bad. Flodemort kind of like leans back on a leaf that kind of just carries him along. And he looks, he goes, yes, I can smell the magic on it. Which, by the way, devil-blooded man.
I guess that's me. Yes.
Panic it was.
Yes.
Pardon, I couldn't help but smell your heritage a little bit. You happen to have something at your waist that I'm not the biggest fan of.
Whoa, now!
Panic.
Whoa, now!
Well, now the entire campaign takes a very
Panic's eyes slowly pan down to Face Slicer. It pans back up.
I smell that realization.
Would you like a
Borky just kind of holds open the bag.
put it in the bag?
Oh, no,
Panic.
no.
Wouldn't want to upset the
Can
forest.
I take a look at that?
As long as you promise to give it back.
I can't make that promise. I want
Then
it.
no.
Flortimort's face kind of goes from that sort of friendly visage, kind of wavers, but I don't know if you heard me. Give me the sword. I want to look at it.
So Panic.
If I don't like it,
Look at it.
it goes away. If it's okay, I give it back.
Panic pulls out Face Slicer and hands it to Flortimort.
Vine reaches out and grabs it and brings it, actually not to Fleur-de-Mort, it disappears for a bit. Give it some time, I'll take a close look at it. And Fleur-de-Mort keeps walking forward.
I don't believe I ever gave you my name, which is rather rude considering we are walking about yourself. I can't believe I'm doing this, but I'm gonna keep a good rapport. Tarask of Iron Oath.
Tarask of Iron Oath, are you yourself a dick kicker? As this title has made a many acclaim.
Taz turns and looks at and Panic like,
No, that title is mine and mine alone.
Yeah, Greckles looks back hard.
Borky holds up his hand. I'm the suplexer of hags.
Hags!
oh jeez.
Oh, I'm no stranger to hags. Tell me, what type of hag was it? Ugly, smelling of mushroom fungus and wet wood.
It actually did utilize many fungi as spell components and traps, illusions.
And then it was killed by a fun guy. Borky gestures at himself.
Greckles face palms.
Borky, I need you to make an acrobatics check.
Oh no!
Oh no! What is that? Okay,
No,
I backtrack. I don't
too
know where
bad.
to work.
You already did it.
A dexterity
yeah.
saving throw. I roll my dice, and that is
Your
a
foot
5.
hits a root that pops up right in front of you, and you completely face plant onto the ground. You get a mouthful of dead leaves in your tusks.
Task holds in a visible laughter to Floridamort.
I like that joke much, much more.
Greckles just starts cackling.
Well, it's getting dark.
Digsby goes and helps Porky up.
Yeah, you help him up.
Thank you, Diggs.
You notice, though, Borky, as you're being lifted up, all the ground beneath the leaves that you kind of lift up are all writhing, sort of moving roots and vines. There's no earth.
Okay.
Borky makes a mental note of that and gets up and keeps walking.
Let me find you somewhere where you can sleep. With time, of course. Panic. I'd like to look at that sword quite closely.
Very well.
You smell frustrated. Do you think I'm doing you a disservice?
You robbed me of my weapon.
Oh, it's not robbed. It's in my forest. It's mine.
I hope you understand, Task will be brazen for this one. I hope you understand that our bodies almost act as yours, where anything that is upon us is like saying we were taking something away from your forest without your permission. Surely you can understand that like, we're not claiming it is a disservice, it just has the emotional feel of such.
The difference is that you're you and I'm me.
Fair enough. You are a governing body of an entire part of nature. But some of us may feel that way about ourselves as well.
Well, to be fair, Task, it's almost as if we entered a completely other country and we're staring at the king.
That's fair. That's why we're treating Floridamort here with the utmost respect. We are apparently acting as ambassadors for Alavast, if you think about it.
Oh, you're not an ambassador for Alavast for me. I know about the city. I knew about it in its early stages. Oh, I love the word king. It's such a human word. Human rulers of human lands, so temporary. Oh, here we are. And Floridamort kind of skips into the middle of a clearing, and a bunch of large, kind of like banana leaf plants kind of drape down. Here you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, and 6. And Taurus kind of stands behind you, Task. Places to sleep, nice and warm.
That's much appreciated.
Are you hungry?
We have rations, but if you have food you wish to share, I don't see us foregoing it.
Without even hesitation, 5 pieces of fruit fall to the ground.
Oh, cool.
Radical.
Would you like more?
Well, if we can have a little, I got a little passenger here with me.
I did smell an air of terror coming from your direction. It was so small.
Yeah, he's a little skittish.
He's so skittish. How cute, how quaint, charming. Are you protecting it? Is that what you're doing there?
I'd like to.
Why?
It's little and it needs my help.
And they shrug. And they drop 2 more pieces of fruit onto the ground, which immediately Taurus is and eats a fruit. And
I wish he didn't, but whatever. Pat the good boy on the head.
his face is covered in red. It looks like kind of like a giant pomegranate seed. It's very large.
I was about to say, would there be any salvageable seeds?
This thing is filled to the brim with seeds, actually.
Oh.
I'm actually, I'd like to use a jar to contain some of those seeds.
Okay.
Yeah, likewise.
Digsby eats away and he gives bits of it to Batsby.
Batsby eats it quite contently.
There you go, little guy.
Ah, well, the forest can be treacherous since you not all can see. But I hope you have a good rest. We can talk in the morning. The fate of your sword will be determined by then. Dick kicker.
Panic, if you will.
Oh, doing away with the titles. Very well. Panic. Your sword will be... Well, its fate will be determined. If you need me, I'll be up there. And they just walk like 90-degree angle up the side of the tree.
That's awesome.
Yep. And as soon as Floridamort is gone, Tass will let out a sigh of relief. Oh boy.
What's got you on such on edge?
Well, we are speaking to a governing body and trying to be as courteous and nice to it as possible. It wants to be feared. And quite frankly, we're standing in the heart of it. That's quite fearful.
If I had to be frank, I'm pretty sure Floridamort is still all around us, so...
Yep, and that's exactly what they want to hear, Tass smiles looking up.
You just said that out loud.
Yep.
Borky's just deep breathing.
Poor bastard.
Goose Frabber. Goose Frabber.
I am interested, though. Something we can talk about that much later. I do want to know this court of Fire Fae that Floridamort did away with.
Real quick. Actually, guys, after I heard the name, it's what the Giants were singing about. I thought it was weird, but when the Giants crossed over, they were singing a song. And,
Borky scratches his head, tries to remember how it goes, and Borky goes,
part I remember went along like this.
Borky kind of hushed tone.
Don't look for the summer queen, she ain't there. The maidens fair are gone, all the planted fair. No more in the fairy court, only there is Fleur de Mort. Now, the fact that Fleur de Mort said so casually, oh, I just killed the summer queen, I don't even know what that is, but I'm guessing that's powerful. Like bragging about it and stuff. I mean, I brag, I suplex at a hag, that means that's a hag. That's the equivalent of a hag to this thing, and that's terrifying.
Can I do a check to figure out what the Summer Queen might be?
Maybe knowledge history, I think. This is kind of a lore thing.
Okay. 20.
Summer queens are like royal fae. They are like god level fae.
Jesus.
They have a power level of their own. So thinking about it, the fact that they said that they ate one, that's pretty scary, legitimately. Because that's a huge body to take out. Like, that is a huge powerhouse to actually take over and remove from power. There's other types of queens and kings of the Fae. A summer one probably lords over the obvious time of summer, as well as things like fire, domains of fire. Probably different than, say, Orin, its own sort of specific kind of fairy fire, but still not great. Still not great. They also mentioned eating dragons, and that's also not great.
Oh no, that's what's got fucking Tass terrified. Just like, oh, you did that, huh? Oh, fuck.
Panic is just more frustrated at his lack of ability to do anything in this situation, if anything.
Greckles is definitely kind